Okay, so I continue to be exceedingly bad at Dungeon Keeper. I apologize in advance. For some reason, you're watching this on in the future on YouTube. Maybe go watch the beginning of the playthrough, and I wasn't doing so terribly and was enjoying contrasting with other RTS games. I don't know if I'm even going to be able to beat this level today, because it seems likely I'm going to have to start the whole level over, and it'll be like my third or fourth restart or something. I reviewed the notes from last episode, but I just have to figure it out, I guess.
Game loaded.
RTSs are not my genre. All right, I'm going to pause and see if I can look around. One of the notes I left myself is that, I guess I can't check it here, I could technically load 504 pushing to try to pick up without completely starting the level over, but I kind of want to understand what it is that I'm doing wrong here to the best of my ability. So what's going on with this level, among many other things? I can't do anything while pause. Shit. I need to take, there's like 2 keeper bases that I have to take down here. I've come pretty close to getting this one. I don't even think that they fight each other. I think they only fight me. But I've tried to expand outside of my base down here, but the problem is the computer keeps going over there and taking the space that I placed there. And part of the issue is I can never tell if I'm in an unwinnable game state in this. Like, it feels like I might be at this point, because there is one reminable source of gems, but I don't know if I can possibly keep up with the computer's economy right now. They've either got way more gems or something else going well for them that makes it really hard for me to like build any momentum in this level. So I'm just gonna flail for a few minutes in this state of the stage to see if I make any progress whatsoever. And if I don't, I'll try going back to the push save point, and if I don't succeed from there, I'll go all the way back to the beginning of the level and just see if I can make anything happen from the start. But I'm not super confident of anything happening. So I do have guys training, although I have very little money to afford it. I'm trying to build more traps here. I don't know that they can really help me. There's so many enemies down here. Like, got dragons. They've claimed this whole area that I dug out. And I've got a trap there, but it doesn't seem to be like super helpful, really. And they're trying to claim more of my land right now, aren't they? I try dumping all my dragons over here and see if I can kill them, but unfortunately, since they just claimed my bridge, that means I can't immediately start trying to take them out. Hey, how you doing, Leader?
Attacking the enemy. Your creatures are under attack.
Just want to see how badly they get annihilated here. It's probably going to be quite bad. If I'm going to do this, I might need to, like...
Your corpse will feed my minions yet, Keeper.
Hey, thanks, Bear Barbecue. Appreciate that.
Your creatures are under attack.
I might need to like load back and do it before they claim my bridge leading into this area. Because like whenever you go to cap an area, you cap the contiguous area all at once instead of tile by tile. So they can like capture this entire place. Yeah, they just like annihilated me. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm in an unwinnable game state, but I honestly don't know. I appreciate it, Bear. Let me try sending them out here before the imps cap this, I guess. See if it makes any difference at all. Try to heal them, but I don't really have the money in this stage to be topping anybody off. the ultimate issue here primarily is just that I don't have enough money to fund the spell casting I would need to have a chance to overcome them. Or if they're just like insanely high level, like they seem like their creatures are way higher level than mine, and that they seem to be able to survive forever. So I don't really have any like good AoE to deal with them. Yeah, I'm really worried that I'm just in an unwinnable game state. I can try going to pushing. This is when I was trying to take their base down here. Maybe there's a slightly better chance of something happening here. But I'm already losing a ton of units at this point.
My dungeon is the finest you shall ever see.
I need to like progressively place them closer and closer to the flag to get them to go where I want them to go. Oh, the computer just claimed this whole territory while I was in combat.
Your creatures are falling in battle.
Push my enemy into the lava. Oh, how did you see that that happened?
Game loaded. Your creatures are under attack. Your creatures are attacking the enemy. Your minions
Down,
are in battle.
please. Yeah, there's like an imp somewhere that's converting this entire territory while I'm just standing here. And there's nothing I can do to stop that other than like suddenly come down and send somebody down to kill their
Your
imps,
creatures are
right?
falling in battle.
And then most of my creatures just like leave because they're hungry or sleepy or something. To move it in smaller increments and wait for them to catch up to it.
Your creatures are falling in battle.
I can try to do
Your minions
that.
are winning a battle.
I can maybe brute force take out one of them
Your creatures are
here.
attacking the enemy. Your minions are winning a battle. Your creatures are under attack.
Because once I kill one of them, it's just, we're good. Like, that keeper can't come back, right? I only have half of the problems to deal with after that if I can brute force this.
Your creatures are falling in battle. Your creatures are under attack. Your minions are winning a battle.
Okay. Oh, is it a different question mark, this one here? Let's see. Rooms, creatures. So I technically have more creatures than they do at the moment.
Your creatures are under attack.
Theirs are like buffer or something.
Your minions are winning a battle.
Could try possessing one of the dragons or try to burn this down as much as possible.
Your creatures are under attack. Your creatures are falling in battle.
This work? It's like, just want to try to destroy this thing, right? Green only has 2 left. Okay, let's see if I can make it happen. I don't even know if I'm successfully attacking that there.
A door has been manufactured. Your creatures are attacking the enemy.
They seem to favor creatures rather than the Nexus or whatever. So they're back up to 6 now. I guess I could have them go the other way. It's really hard to get them all to path the way I want them to at the start there.
Your creatures are under attack.
But if I click them like that, I can't drop them back where I just was because I don't control this territory and I can't just drop them on enemy territory. Shoot. Okay, so I don't think I came anywhere close to destroying that
Attacking the enemy.
lost room. Let me try again. Pushing.
Game loaded.
Try directing them
Creatures are
immediately.
under attack. Your creatures are attacking the enemy. Your minions are winning the battle.
Try going straight to green if we think green is significantly weaker.
My minions will leave your dungeon a crumbling ruin.
Your minions are winning a battle.
So they all have like a line of sight to the nearest
Your creatures are attacking the enemy.
flag or something like that. Okay, this shows them only having 2 minions left. So maybe if I can
Minions
murder
are
their
winning a
imps
battle.
here, I have a
Your
chance.
creatures are under attack. Your creatures are attacking the enemy.
See if it ends up working.
Your creatures are falling in battle.
It's the portal, not the nexus.
Your creatures are falling in battle. Your creatures are under attack. Your minions are winning a battle. Your creatures are attacking the enemy.
And sometimes they're just bailing because they're hungry, basically.
Your minions are winning a battle. Your minions are winning a battle. Your creatures are falling in battle. Your creatures are falling in battle. Your minions are winning a battle.
0
Creatures are
green.
under attack. Your creatures are falling.
Maybe I have a chance here.
Your creatures are attacking the enemy. Your minions are winning a battle. Your minions are winning a battle.
I'm going to come destroy this building. Okay. The more other reasons they have elsewhere, the closer they need to be to a flag for it to override. That would make sense if that's how it works.
Your minions are winning a battle.
So it says 0 green. I can't see like a summarized health on the dungeon heart anywhere, can I? It's down a bit here. Okay, I hope so. Because then maybe I can just go back and regroup for a bit and plan for an attack on blue. It gets visually smaller as it gets weaker. Okay.
A door has been manufactured. You have defeated an enemy
Okay,
keeper.
thank God that's done. And then my imps will just start claiming this area eventually, if I can get them down here.
We've got this, Marsted. Wet, pow.
We'll need save after doing that.
First try.
Not that one, in case I need to go all the way back. I shouldn't need to go that far back. So this is 0929. Green dead.
Game saved.
Don't know how free I am here. But I need to get imps all the way down here to start
Your creatures are under attack.
stealing any of this, right? Let me turn this off. Get them to start pathing back. I guess they're just going to destroy the base while they're here. And it'll be claimable territory later, more or less.
Your creatures are attacking the enemy.
Alright, so what I can do is I can get them all out of there. Try anyway. I feel like I need to learn this lesson better, that just overwhelming force always breaks these RTS type
Your
games.
creatures are
Like,
attacking the
you
enemy.
can talk all day about strategy, but if you just make a death ball that has 3 more dragons
Your
in it
creatures are under attack.
and just rush it, you're more likely to win.
Your creatures are falling in battle.
I drop them over here.
A
Okay.
trap has been
I
manufactured.
was worried about the enemies in the general area, but maybe it'll be fine. I guess they can claim this entire area if they find an interesting place to stand. I don't know what drives their, like, choices on where to stand when I do stuff like that. This is what I was worried about happening, the computer showing up and fucking with me there. I don't think I can, like, force them to try to claim that back first.
Your creatures are under attack.
Yeah. I could try to claim that again, but there's just too much bullshit out here as far as I can tell. I don't know where the imps decide is a place they can stand to start trying to reclaim territory. They sometimes will do it outside of the danger zone. Sometimes they'll walk all the way into where enemies are. Yeah. Well, the computer seems to be able to take each tile individually.
Your creatures are attacking the enemy.
Yeah. I guess I still significantly outnumber... Well, no, I don't significantly outnumber the computer. But I could try just rushing them again, I guess.
A vampire has risen in your graveyard.
It's more annoying when I have to do it this way, but... Rush 2?
Game saved.
I wish I could make the computer ignore all enemies and just go for the heart. It seems like they really want to, like, fight dudes on the way, right? And I don't know that there's too much I can do about that.
It is payday.
Some of them are getting paid, it looks like.
Your creatures are falling in battle. Your creatures are attacking the enemy.
Your corpse will be my minions yet.
Creatures are under attack.
You said the computer was doing some kind of attack on the bridge that was knocking people in the lava. That is what they were doing? I didn't even know that was a thing you could do.
Creatures are falling in battle.
I don't know if my lightning can actually accomplish too much here. Doesn't look like it does a great damage, anything that's not a imp.
Your creatures are attacking the enemy.
It's also expensive as fuck, it seems like. Yeah, I don't know what to do about that wind spell they keep casting. I guess I could just try to get them to path further along or something.
Game loaded. Your creatures are fighting amongst themselves.
Okay.
It is payday.
And it just happens to be absolutely terrible terrain.
Your corpse will be my minions yet.
Your creatures are attacking the enemy. Your minions are winning a battle.
Just try to get as much empty space behind them so they don't get instantly blown into the lava, I
Minions
guess.
are winning a battle.
I don't think I understood that this flag required this amount of micro to move a big army of creatures, so that might be enough of a revelation to give me more of a leg up. Not be stuck on stages like this for hours. I guess we'll see. For whatever reason, the computer's being way less aggressive this time, even though I started from almost exactly the same state.
Game saved.
Like, they didn't send whatever their big units were that were pushing me off the
Your
lava
creatures are
that
attacking
time.
the enemy. Your minions are winning a battle.
In fact, I don't know where any of their enemies, their
Creatures are attacking the enemy.
big scary monsters are this time. So if they're trying to attack somewhere else,
Your minions are winning a battle. Your creatures are under attack. Your minions are winning a battle.
it'd be incredible if they could like actually focus this thing down.
Your minions are winning a battle.
I click to increase the bounty to increase the draw distance and reduce micro. Yeah, it seems like it's probably easier to do it this way. There's that wind thing again you're talking about.
Your minions are winning a battle. Your creatures are under attack. Your creatures are falling in battle.
My dragons have like a self-heal ability, but they don't seem to want to use it too much.
Your creatures are falling in battle. Your creatures are falling in battle.
They happen to be out of the way getting paid. That's funny.
Your gold reserves are running low. Your minions are winning a battle. Your creatures are under attack. Your creatures are attacking the enemy. Your creatures are falling in battle. You do not have enough gold. Your minions are winning a battle. You cannot afford to trade.
Just have to pray that they succeed here, I guess.
Your creatures are falling in battle.
I think their entire army is here.
Your creatures are under attack. Your creatures are attacking.
Oh shit, I did it again. It's quite annoying. It's very easy to do by accident. I guess I can try to send the imps out while I wait for that.
You have claimed an enemy room.
By that they mean the bridge, I think. I guess I can at least reclaim all of that even if all my units die here.
Your creatures are under attack. Your creatures are falling in battle. You have claimed an enemy room.
Oh, okay. Is it because not enough of them were near to my flag at the beginning or something like that? I think the reinforced segment is treated differently from the rest of this. I guess I could try, once he claims this, I'll be able to drop them all closer.
A trap has been manufactured.
Some of them are getting paid too, okay. Once this guy claims this, I'll give it a try, I guess.
Your creatures are attacking the enemy.
It seems like I barely killed or didn't kill any of their units. Oh,
Creatures are
shit.
falling in battle.
Well, so much for that plan. Seemed like a good idea.
Your creatures are under attack.
What's the cross arrow icon? I don't know if I've noticed that one before. They don't know what to do. I guess like the imp is invisibly making progress towards capture here, but there's no way for me to see what percentage it's at. Does it like remember its progress if it dies and comes back to it later? Yeah, when I was doing this, it wasn't clear to me that I was making it a risk of being captured by the computer, so I guess I've learned my lesson that I need to like make these broken up with like neutral tiles in between them so this doesn't occur. Capture progress is saved. Okay. Hopefully they'll just defend this imp until the whole thing gets converted.
Your creatures are attacking the enemy. Your creatures are under attack. Your minions are winning a battle. Your creatures are falling in battle.
Well, the computer just dropped everybody there, because I guess they saw I was about to cap it.
Creatures are falling in battle. Creatures are falling in battle. Your creatures are attacking the enemy. Your creatures are under attack.
That wind attack is really annoying.
Your creatures are falling in battle.
Some creatures, if they end up in the lava, they're just dead, basically.
Your minions are winning a battle. Your creatures are falling in battle. Your creatures are under attack. Your creatures are attacking the enemy. Vite. Your creatures are falling in battle.
It just seems like I don't make any progress on damaging their level 8 monsters, even if I've got a whole bunch of guys there. I don't know if the computer is just like aggressively healing or something.
Battle. Your gold reserves are running low. You do not have enough gold.
Oh, really?
Your creatures are under attack. Your creatures are attacking the
Call.
enemy. Your minions are winning a battle.
See if that makes enough of a difference.
Minions are winning a battle.
No worries.
Your creatures are falling in battle.
I'd rather get tips than... I'll completely suspend the backseating policy for this game. I have no idea what I'm doing whatsoever.
Creatures are falling in battle. Your creatures are under attack.
Part of my issue with the RTS genre is I can never, like, eyeball why things are happening. Like, I can't tell why that 8 asterisk walking around, its health isn't moving at all, despite what seems to be a lot of dragon AoE flying around, you know?
Reserves are running low. Your creatures are under attack. Your minions are winning a battle. Your creatures are attacking the enemy.
No, they're all dying.
Your creatures are falling in battle.
Yeah, I just got
Creatures are falling
stomped. Despite dropping what felt like everybody to fight these guys.
Your creatures are under attack. Your creatures are attacking the enemy.
Your efforts are futile.
Try to make some gains with the traps, but the traps I also don't really feel the weight of them activating ever, unfortunately. I trust that it happens sometimes, but...
Your creatures are under attack. Your creatures are attacking the enemy.
Yeah, and I'm becoming worried that I'm not in an unwinnable game state, but that I'm in a state that's going to make the rest of the game very difficult because I'm not getting to start with a giant advantage from a secret that I missed in an earlier level, right? It's hard to say if that's what's going on.
Your creatures are under attack. Your creatures are attacking the enemy.
I feel like they've been at 14 forces that entire time. Like, I don't know if they're just constantly replacing or if maybe those 14 forces are like significantly lower level now because I killed higher level creatures and they replaced them or something, but... Okay, at most hidden thing affects the next level. I didn't realize that. That's good to know. Thanks.
Your creatures are attacking the enemy.
Got these traps, or maybe not. I think they built them. The computer just doesn't care, I guess.
Your creatures are attacking the enemy.
Just try to deal with the annoying imps here if I can.
You have claimed an enemy room.
Oh, it happened. All right. Hold on,
You
let
have
me...
claimed an enemy room. Game saved. Your creatures are attacking the enemy. A trap has been manufactured.
Takes longer to capture here, but the computer is a lot better at knowing when to come and try to take the area than I am of knowing when it's at risk of dropping. Right, like, I suddenly find out that the computer's been privately working on capping an area. Like, I find that out the moment it happens and not 10 minutes ago when it started standing in the area trying to cap it, right? That's been my problem so far, at least. It doesn't seem there's any way I can, like, bolster my cap on a zone since I can't see the computer's progress towards capping a zone at all, right? There's no, like, a monster is trying to steal your territory message as far as I know. That would be great if there was, like, an on-screen, like a bar that was filling up, or if it was slowly turning from blue to red or whatever. So I could see, oh shit, that area is like 70% covered. Flags off screen most of the time. It's funny. I think the best thing I can do here is just try to train up. I think I already did. I guess I could look, but I thought I already checked all the significant stuff in the area. You're talking about this gold? Yeah, no worries.
You do not have enough gold. Your gold reserves are running low.
One of them working there.
You cannot afford to train creatures.
Really? Yeah, I guess I can't perceive what's happening during combat. Maybe it gets better later on when they can show you more information down here, but I literally spend most of those pushes just looking at the screen, hearing it spam the noises and thinking, okay, am I winning? Trying to see if the enemy health is going down. Sometimes it feels like I go in and everything just melts, like your usual RTS death ball thing. Wouldn't it take them longer to get the gold from there because they have to cart it all the way back to the treasure room versus the gem rock that's just already in the treasure room? I guess I could build another treasure room or something. I don't know. I think the computer's still over here trying to claim my shit. He's a dick.
Your creatures are attacking the enemy. Your creatures are under attack.
computer just feels like impossible to overcome right now. Like their monsters are all way too high a level. And the computer has a better economy than I do. Like, it would be great if I could use traps here to try to deal with them, maybe. Well, there goes the boulder trap. It's gonna waste, and an imp is just gonna sidestep it, and it's gonna do nothing.
A trap has been manufactured.
Sick. I guess it's breaking up part of the region, which is maybe a good thing. It killed an imp. Progress. Yeah, maybe the regions being broken up will be a lifesaver down the line. I don't know. That seemed not great, though. Yeah, since I don't have any control over traps triggering, I don't know if it's really possible to use them to, like, suddenly take out a giant group of dudes. Really?
Your creatures are attacking the enemy.
It's effectively broken up by what they just did, right? How do I sell stuff? That's, this guy. And just make it so they're not contiguous. It's weird, like, neutral floor is never contiguous, right? Like, they always do each floor tile, tile by
Your
tile.
creatures are attacking the enemy.
So I wonder if making guard posts is just a stupid idea in the first place and pointless. Fucking
It is
hell.
payday.
God damn it. Guess I
Your
could just
creatures are
try
attacking the
to
enemy.
dig to them, maybe? I don't know what the best strategy is here. Trying to just, like, passively rebuild my army.
Your creatures are on attack.
I see. I have, like, an issue where I don't have enough room. I see. Here comes the computer. Are my traps gonna proc here? Because it would be great. Okay, so the zap trap triggered, doing almost nothing.
Your creatures are under attack.
Bummer. I was trying to keep creatures stationed in them before. The whole idea was I was going to expand forward and have my trained dragons preventing the computer from moving forward, but then the imps kept, like, stealing them out from under me. They'd, like, find a corner where the dragons couldn't see them and I wasn't knowing where to go to micro them.
Your creatures are under attack.
I'm gonna try to let them train up as much as I can here. I guess I'm ahead of the computer again on raw creature count. I just don't know if I could win. I wish this, like, summarized the strength of the army instead of just the count. Like, it included the, give me the total level count or something. Inadvisable. Oh, that was before I realized that these got capped as a giant unit and not tile by tile like the floor, so.
Your gold reserves are running low.
Can't really eyeball the levels of anybody anyway, right? I guess 8 and 9 are the highest that I've got, so I'm just have to do this for a while. Okay. Just have to hope that I'm somehow outpacing the computer and the computer's not just doing the same thing somehow.
You cannot afford to train creatures.
That's fair. Part of the anxiety with this genre is the feeling that earlier when I was pushing, if I had just clicked the flag in a slightly different place slightly earlier, I would have just been done with the mission 40 minutes ago. 40 minutes ago, right? But a lot of the time it feels like victory is just a weird consequence of the creatures not quite pathing exactly where you were expecting them to go. Let me see.
Your creatures are under attack.
I feel like I don't really have much of a home field advantage here either. And the poison gas trap is kind of ass. It's not very helpful. I'm sad my cool boulder trap like totally whiffed.
Your creatures are under attack.
That's
Your gold
unfortunate.
reserves are running low. You cannot afford to train
I just had a couple imps die. Maybe because they're like trying to choose to path out here and getting murdered or something. All right. Let's just forget it. Let's try to wait it out as much as I can here.
You do not have enough gold.
Can I like tell the traps to go away? Is it like sell? Okay.
A trap has been manufactured.
A lot of these guys are barely like level 3. I don't know if they're like new dudes just coming into the group or something. I feel like I can't leave until all of my dragons are level 8 or higher. Is like each level like twice as strong as the previous level? Because it feels like it.
Your gold reserves are running low. You cannot afford.
Okay,
to
so we
train
had an issue
creatures.
there.
A trap has been manufactured.
Yeah, so what spells make that? You make spells on the monsters, right? The ones that they'll automatically use, not my spells. I guess heal feels somewhat impactful, but most of my other spells don't seem like they do too much on their own. Okay. The fact that I'm not up against 2 guys is nice.
A trap has been manufactured.
Yeah. How can you see how close I am to tapping out the gem seam? Because I thought it was like there had to be one on each face of it. 3 per side. So you were just eyeballing that you couldn't make out imps
Your gold
everywhere.
reserves are running low.
I guess that was always something I struggled with in like Warcraft, at StarCraft, like how many miners per unit. There's not like an on-screen indicator like, oh, this is saturated with gatherers, right? You just kind of have to know that it's 12 or whatever, right? 12 total.
You do not have enough gold.
I'd like to just max that out as much as possible. That'd be great. I guess some of these guys got thrown off their training regimen because of the running out of money problem, and they just like started idling basically. I see.
It is payday.
One day I'll have a click moment and this genre will just make perfect sense to me. But the more I think about it, I think the thing that I struggle with is that RTSs are about presenting you with a bunch of systems that are actually redundant and irrelevant and stupid. Like, it's like the design fantasy of, oh man, you can build these like guard posts and you can capture these rooms and build all these facilities and have these strategies, but like all of it always breaks down to make a giant death ball and fucking overwhelm the enemy with raw numbers, right? Because of the exponential effects, the force multiplying effects of having a giant death ball army. So like I keep wanting desperately to like go, oh man, like what are all these spells and what are all these traps and rooms? And it's like, just ignore it. It's there because the developers were experimenting and wanted to have fun with it, but nobody uses every single one of these buildings in every single game. They find one strategy that works, right? And I guess the other stress is that I start to fall into that trap where it's like, well, all I need to do is build a death ball, right? And then I neglect some building, like, I don't know, the graveyard or the torture room or the temple or whatever, that's actually amazing for building the death ball. And it's just 2 steps more complicated than the thing that kind of gets me to limp over the finish line, that I never experiment. Like, I feel these games actively discourage you from experimentation, if that makes sense. I don't know if that's something that ever gets fixed about the genre. It's tough. I think the fact that you're having to like constantly tread water means that there's an opportunity cost to experimenting, that you might start to drown because you're trying something different than the thing that just lets you tread water continually, you know what I mean? It's tough. I wonder if it's inherent to the math or the geometry of the genre itself, that you're never going to make an RTS game that fixes all the things that give me brain chemistry problems with it. I've also thought before, like, is maybe part of the problem that a lot of the draw of the RTS genre to start with wasn't playing through the campaign and winning and wanting every second of gameplay to move me closer to the end of the map. That the original draw was, oh my god, I get to make my own base. I get to dig out all these rooms and like build cities and stuff. And I'm like, I'm going to play around with this like it's a sandbox toy, and then the game will come eventually, right? Whereas like every second of gameplay for me, I want it to be, okay, how does this get me to the next map? And I think maybe thinking about that is corrupted. High-level RTS play requires more interaction with the systems, but in single player they make it unwinnable for any player, or winnable by getting the basics right and building a death ball. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And you have no way of knowing that at the start of the level, right? I know these games stress me out. I hope it's not miserable to watch me play them and take forever to beat a level. I'm on a different level than I was when I think Warcraft 1 was the first game I played. I just naively jumped into it and I was like, oh, what's this RTS thing? And I was like, oh my god. I'm like going triple the how long to beat. I'm horrible at this. So I get it a little bit better. It's not that I'm like completely incapable of ever grokking it. I've posited before that maybe if I was put in a situation where I had to play this multiplayer, I could get better at it, because like the pressure of multiplayer would be uniform. Since there's not a computer, the enemy player would always be trying to take the most aggressive strategy to eliminate me as soon as possible. And so when I played RTS adjacent games like Creeper World that have a constant source of pressure like that, I'm kind of forced to learn more quickly, and the time scale for failure is much shorter, right? You know, if I make a mistake and then die in a minute because of that mistake, it's pretty easy to realize, oh, that was a fuck up. But what frequently happens is I'll make a mistake, you know, an hour ago, and then die because of it, and not be able to like make the connection to my brain, oh, that went wrong because I didn't set this up a long time ago. No, you're good. I was having a total, like, no, I wasn't even thinking of this as an RTS in the first few sessions. If you go back and watch those episodes, I was like, oh man, Dungeon Keeper solves all my problems with the genre. Like, it's chill, it lets you take time to build your army and get everything rolling. And then in the later levels, I think they just decided to increase the difficulty. They were going to make the computer more aggressive. And I think the computer being aggressive is just awful for learning anything in these games, right? Unless if the computer either needs to be constantly assailing you at every second, like Creeper World, or it needs to just completely leave you alone until you attack them. And I think anything in the middle is bad for like organic player learning, if that makes sense. Okay, I'm starting to get some level 9 dragons. I can probably go risk it here soon. I still have twice the size of their army. Yeah. The thing that causes me the most angst is the fear that I might have to load a save that's like 15 or more minutes in the past, right? Like I would rather keep stumbling and trying to salvage a map that I've spent time on rather than just start over. Because I also never feel like there's a lot of games where, like, just using Dark Souls as a stupid example, you know, if you keep struggling with a boss, you can start getting to the boss faster. You like start to get better at the salty run back. You find shortcuts. You learn ways to dodge enemy attacks, so you get there with full health. But I feel like if I wanted to restart a level that I'm struggling with, it's going to be the same 30 minutes to get back to where I was, right? Except now I need to make sure I do it perfect, because any mistake in that 30 minutes is even more likely to fuck up. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, Spectacle does nothing, unfortunately. I get that it does for a lot of people. I'm able to put my brain in the past and say, like, would this have blown my mind when I was a kid? Absolutely yes, right? But so it's not just that games have come out that let you modify the environment more than Dungeon Keeper, and so that part doesn't impress me. It's just, I don't think this game, something I like about this is I don't think the game is dependent on the spectacle aspect. It's not just the open world game that is blowing your mind because there's big monsters walking around and there's no depth to it, right? Like, I think there are a lot of systems here that are interesting and trying to work together. It's something else that's making it hard for me to click on this. I've got level 10 dragons. Let's try to go for this here. So I'll try to pick everybody up if I can. Just start pathing them. As many of them as humanly possible. Yeah, that's a good idea. And maybe.
Game saved. Your creatures are under attack. Your creatures are attacking the enemy. Your minions are winning a battle. Your minions are winning a battle.
Does the speed spell make them attack faster, or does it just make them move faster?
Your creatures are falling in battle. Your minions are winning a battle. Your creatures are under attack. Your creatures are falling in battle. Your creatures are attacking the enemy. Your minions are winning a battle. Your creatures are falling in battle.
Okay, so that could be a pretty big effect since it's kind of force multiplying. I wish I could see if they were already affected by it. Put a little icon on them in this list here. Yeah, so now they're just getting annihilated. I guess just because some of my minions are slightly higher level than them.
Minions are winning a battle.
So, it's been a while since I did StarCraft. Remind me, does StarCraft have unit levels? Like, can they gain XP from getting kills?
Your creatures are attacking
I thought there was a limited way for them to do that, but... Oh, they're down to just one. Okay, we might be okay then. This could happen.
Your minions are winning a battle.
Yeah,
Creatures are under attack. Your minions are winning a battle.
so you have unit research, but you don't...
Your creatures are attacking.
Units don't level up inherently by participating in combat, right? Like if you see a I don't know, a mutalisk, you know how strong the mutalisk is, and maybe it looks a little bit different if you've done some research to give it a specific new power.
Your creatures are under attack. Your minions are winning a battle.
I bring it up because I just wonder if that's part of the issue, that it's hard for me to like eyeball the relative strength of armies because there's this extra factor of the levels of all of the participants, right? Yeah, for sure. It would be amazing to play an RTS game that is very dedicated to designing its single-player experience specifically around teaching a new player to intuit what they're supposed to do to win, right? Like, the closest I've probably come is StarCraft Brood War starts to build the levels that way, where there's like, you need to understand how this unit works and the use case for this unit before we're going to let you progress, right? And if you don't get it within the first couple minutes of the level, you will die, right?
Your creatures are attacking the enemy. Your minions are winning a battle.
That makes sense. At least I'll get an episode title. We'll start the next level.
Your minions are winning a battle.
Higher level creatures are physically bigger. Okay, yeah, that's helpful. I guess I noticed one of my dragons was quite tiny. Yeah, I think that's a big part of it, that this genre never really got a chance to like iterate terribly much. Like a whole bunch of devs got really excited about it. The candle burned very brightly and very briefly, and then the genre just kind of died. Right.
Your creatures are under attack. Your minions are winning a battle.
There are certain things that freak me out, like Simon from Cracking the Cryptic, the guy who does the Sudoku puzzles, loves StarCraft, and like he gets intimidated by a game being first-person view if he goes to play a video game on stream or something. So I'm like, what? Where is the disconnect?
Your creatures are attacking the enemy. Your minions are winning a battle. You have defeated an enemy keeper. You have conquered this realm.
First try. Okay, see it as a test of patience.
We've got this, Marsted.
Yeah, I'm kidding.
How? Where? First try.
Press space to proceed to the next realm. I will do so, thank you. Okay, let me try to be as not stupid as possible for the start of this next level here.
Sleepiburgh, a settlement in the fertile farmland near the mountains.
I still love all the level
Nothing
names.
ever happens here, apart from some good deeds and the odd exchange of kind-hearted greetings. A disgusting pit of Hades, in other words.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, God. Only the Lord of this land stands between you and the hectares of desolation and woe, but you can't wait to meet him. Okay. So we've got start of a new map.
Game saved.
Alright, I was struggling to find... There's a button that lets me zoom out, right? I think I put this in my text file, I just couldn't find it. Is it like numlock or something weird? Maybe I just don't have it on this. Int and end, there we go. I don't have it on the keyboard I'm currently using. Always be all the way zoomed out. Okay, I'm just gonna take a second to look at the map before I start giving commands here. Should be all the way zoomed out. So I only have one enemy keeper to deal with here. Yeah. And the score screen also has that problem. Is the fact that the room is laid out like this actually really bad, like as inefficient as possible? I guess it's not so bad for treasure, because treasure just cares about individual tiles, right? Heroes rather than an opposing keeper. Okay. What is keeper FX?
You do not have enough gold.
Oh, that's interesting. What were they seeking to change about it? I see, that doesn't technically connect, does it? Yeah, I don't know what they were doing. I assume that when I'm up against an enemy hero, I can chill a little bit more versus enemy keepers, right? Take my time. That's like bedrock, that's right. It seems like there might be finite gold in this map, which is concerning. Oh, those gem rocks? Okay, maybe not. Okay, then. Oh, interesting. Straight up doesn't work. Okay. Oh, there's only gems on one side, then I don't care about this side, then. It's a weird asymmetry there, but okay.
Your gold reserves are running low. You do not have enough gold.
It's fine. Yeah, right. Okay, so I should build more rooms. I'll do that here in a second. I'm trying to just focus on imps, but there's reasons to get everybody else going in the meantime. Yeah, I'd be interested. I'm more interested in seeing the game as it was originally released. I mean, unless if there were like massive rebalancing or something in Keeper FX. I was just curious what it was. I hadn't heard of it.
Your gold reserves are running low. You do not have enough gold.
Games 15. Accidentally like tunnel right into the computer and have to restart the map. It's fine. Probably end up being a training room or something. Does the community generally favor Keeper FX Dungeon Keeper 1 versus any of the Dungeon Keeper sequels? Sure, yeah. Yeah, I don't plan to like play the Dungeon Keeper campaign many times over or practice the multiplayer at any point, so I think just seeing the campaign as it was originally released, I think this makes sense. Probably be my training room once I do all this. Better on money. Haven't quite dug that out just yet. So I eventually need to get all the way up there. I see. Are there features of the sequels that the community is not very pleased with? Okay, so I've got all these dug out, so we want to do lair and hatchery. There might be enemy keepers separate from the hero that I have to kill to win. Up here. Thanks for the tip. Maybe it's not as chill as I thought it was going to be. Oh, I see. Makes sense. The fact that I have a double wide entrance from the default layout of the dungeon means I can't really place doors there to defend it, but that's kind of the main downside.
It is payday.
Oh, he's mining up. They were all getting stuck on this and not mining further. I guess that makes
treasure
sense
room.
now. Treasure room full. Okay, hold on. I guess I can extend it over this way. People have to walk further to get the money there, right? But they'll walk to whatever the closest gold pile is in the meantime. We have to claim all these tiles now. Okay, so I think they've claimed this? Question mark. But I'll know once I start seeing creatures move in. Okay, so those are definitely enemy keepers because it shows me room counts, and I can't see any details about the enemy hero. That's the objective for this stage, right? Oh, I was surprised I could still let the imps land there. Okay, hold on. There they go. I see. So I'm gonna have to find where they are. I guess I don't know anything about the level to say for sure
Has been claimed.
whether the computer is aggressive on this stage at all.
Game saved.
This game really likes to drop inputs when you're typing for whatever reason.
You need a bigger treasure room.
Yeah. Hold on. And I'll make this a training room. Interesting. Not gonna worry about this door, I guess. So they finally claimed the entrance, but nobody's showing up just yet. Just need to wait, I suppose. Stop evil laughing. Well, thank you very much, Jebin. Appreciate that. Glad you enjoyed it. Kind to say so. It only started getting attention from YouTube's algorithm recently, so I'm glad people are seeing it. Yeah, it said they claimed it, right? I still haven't gotten any guys. Oh, it said I found the entrance, but none of the imps went to the trouble of actually claiming it, I guess. Maybe that's what happened. Try to start preemptively building other rooms I know I'm gonna need here. I think the imps get like transfixed by gem rocks like this. A weird creature pool, maybe. Let's see. I haven't done the library yet, so I could do that. That doesn't get displayed anywhere, right? Like the creature restrictions for a stage. Kind of just have to know that that's a thing that can happen. Okay, yeah, that was the problem. Good call. So they might be able to research more rooms that will let me get more units past them. That's wild. I see. Make a note in my text file about that. Thanks for sharing those notes at the end of each stream, Noob Later. They've been really helpful. It was hard to remember everything I need to remember at the end of the episode. Careful overbuilding here. I mean, save before I do this. Expanding.
Game saved.
What is the deal with this? Like, drawing cool patterns, basically. I don't have my usual money problems. I guess I could make more imps, but it seems like there's significant diminishing returns from bothering with that. Oh, can you really deny that? Man, every one of these games I've played, people are like, yeah, the computer also has to have an economy, and I just don't believe it. Like, I don't believe that I can actually deny them resources, right? Like, I believe you. I think you're correct, but nothing about the game ever conveys to me that the computer is doing anything other than cheating its economy or working on some weird arbitrary thresholds, right? Like the last mission we were in, it seemed like the computer just would never build more than 15 or 14 units, period. And its economy just stalled out at that point, but maybe it was actually like sourcing gold somewhere to do that. I don't know. Oh, fuck. Well, it's happening. About to have a really bad day.
Your creatures are attacking the enemy.
I have bridges, which can't produce units, right?
Has been researched.
Can I use bridges to get like an actual room out of this place? But then once it's a bridge, it can't be a room, right? I don't even have my my flag yet. Okay.
It is payday.
So they
Your creatures are under attack.
Holy fuck. Well, I failed because of a mistake I made 20 minutes ago. Sick.
A new room has been researched.
Yeah, I don't think there's any. Okay, so no, I cannot chill.
Your creatures are under attack.
Let me try to think about what I want to do when I restart here. So I just need to have the rooms need to be built like instantly because there's a certain amount of time that's ticking down right at the start of the mission.
Your creatures are falling in battle.
Pathetic creature. I shall crush you in an instant.
Yeah, please do.
Your creatures are falling in battle. Your creatures are under attack.
This is demotivating when this happens. I know you mentioned last time that sometimes you go into the level and then learn, oh, okay, I need to restart now that I know.
Game loaded. You must build a treasure room to store gold.
Yeah.
An entrance has been claimed.
Dig tunnels to the entrances of the little tunnels and then fortify the wall. So they can't dig through the fortified wall at all? Then I can just like take my time is what you're saying? That sounds lovely if that would work. I can give it a try. So like dig to right there but no further. Same over here.
You need a bigger treasure room.
I think that's, although I would have to worry about them coming in from the north, right? Okay. We'll save from the north. Might end up having to go one way to get to that gem seam, so I have access to unlimited money. Do I have to worry about the north at all? I guess I can do the same thing and just get to the edges of each of these tunnels here. Oh, digging into this is what spawns the heroes, so we don't want to do that. Okay. Thanks for telling me. That would have been another 20 minutes. Almost certainly. I could give it a try, I guess. Sure. Kind of a waste of a 5x5, but whatever. No, I need a library ASAP. I'm working on it. Need them to dig more stuff out. Like the computer got here with like an insane amount of units for how little time had actually passed. Like I don't know how I could have possibly already had dragons and bile demons and stuff, unless if they like start with them maybe. Come on, computer, I really just need you to like do this, please. Thank you. He just got pissed at me for doing that. I thought you meant like building up to where this is and then reinforcing the wall so they can't possibly squeeze in. Is there a way for me to get to the gem safely in that case? Or do I just go to the gem and just make sure it's all reinforced as soon as possible? So I just draw this all the way here to the one gem and then just make sure they reinforce everything and then I'm fine? Containment right angle. So like I'd go, let me save before I do anything stupid here.
Game saved.
No, it's fine if you put it in stream chat, I'll take a look at it. I just never actually clicked that, of course. It would be great if more of these games it was like possible as a strategy to just try to target the computer's economy, but I think there's enough shenanigans going on that it's impossible for a blind player to know whether that's like a reasonable thing to attempt. My dungeon, impenetrable rock, gems, keeper approach. You're saying, let me try to draw it really quick. So.
Game saved.
All right, so if I go all the way this way to the gem, right? And then from there I go, well, I guess there's more impenetrable rock here. What are you trying to connect it to, I guess, is what I don't understand. You're just trying to connect it to more dead ends in the, like, all the way up here? Just connect it to every choke point, basically? So I go there, then go here and stop. So it's just covering the other choke points is all that we're really doing, right? Okay. And I could do the same thing over here. Well, I guess I don't need to over here because there's no gem rocks on this side, but I guess more coverage that I control that they can't get to is probably good. They're not already like over here, which is possible. Gold seams can't be fortified. Okay, thanks. So it has to go like that. That's probably fine.
It is payday. You do not have enough gold.
So it's really frustrating that like when you have a linear mine like this, a lot of them are like, whatever, I can only see one cliff or one wall face, so I'm gonna leave. Like, no, keep going. Son of a bitch. Oh shit, this has already happened to me. I might already be screwed. Let's see. Which
A
one
new
here?
spell has been researched.
You just cut them off just in case. Oh, okay. Far right wall. Oh,
A
you're
new room has been
saying
researched.
it would be able to breach if I didn't put it like right there. The rest of it's fine though. Okay, so the computer did get to me here before. Just dig as much of this as I can, I guess.
A new spell has been researched. Your library is too small. You have tunneled into a new area.
Oh, good. Bunch of traps, always fun. Yeah, I'm with you. And it's really annoying to get the imps to do it.
My minions will leave your dungeon a crumbling ruin.
I hope that doesn't mean I've already broken into them there. Fortify, please. Just trying to cover all the places I'm in danger of getting attacked here, you know? Oh, there's no way for them to get gems in the level.
A new spell has been researched. Your library is too small.
Yes, yes, yes.
Your gold reserves are running
I'm gonna
low.
worry about creatures once I finish saving myself from getting attacked here. So that's completely safe, we think. And this one's probably gonna be safe once I do it. Can't they still come in around here though? I need to like dig a little bit closer to the gold wall. Have to like fortify that
A new
wall.
spell has been researched.
Like here would be fine. Can they come around the bottom then if I do that though? Since I can't do it from here, right? Do I just have to, can I fortify it from both sides and then be fine?
A new room has been researched.
What is that?
Yeah, thanks for the follow, I appreciate that. Oh, okay. So this whole block is going to be fortified from all angles. They can't come through this way. I didn't understand that part. Good to know. So I think that's completely safe. And then this is about to be safe. Oh, Jesus Christ. God damn it. I don't have any spells that can deal with this, right? It's just too late. I didn't do it in time, basically.
Game loaded.
Oh, this is so far back. God. Okay, it's fine. Just... Yeah, I know I'm gonna get stuck too. So that's fine if I just go there and then stop, because it's gonna reinforce that whole tile.
Impossible. You do not have enough gold.
I don't even go too far over this time. There's no real reason to, I feel like. Yeah, they're the ones that attacked me last time. I like the idea of this being a feature of the map that you're supposed to solve the puzzle, that you have to block this off to protect yourself, but I don't know, I guess it requires that you already know that there's an aggressive... I mean, we can see that there's a computer here, but we don't know that the computer's aggressive, right? I guess you just assume the computer's aggressive after a certain stage of play. I don't know.
It is payday.
And they only reinforced that wall because that's the only one that's, they won't bother reinforcing. I guess it doesn't make any sense to reinforce unbreakable tiles. Okay. Okay, come on. I need to claim the rest of this area before this does anything, I guess.
A new spell has been researched.
You specifically request it by having a completed floor there. Okay. Otherwise, they won't do it if they have literally anything else to do. Thought so. Is that done?
A new spell
So there's
has been
this wall is
researched.
fine.
Your library is too small.
Are we good now? Could I chill? Can I breathe? Yeah, no worries. I don't want to screw it up. Wall off the tiles near the center gold. You mean like build up here and then make this into a wall?
My dungeon is the finest you shall ever see.
Like this,
Has
basically?
been researched.
Okay. Thanks. So a lot of levels don't have choke points that are this narrow where you can get away with doing this. I didn't realize that wall reinforcement was this powerful. That's probably a note for the text file, that the computer is literally just screwed and can't go through it until you break through it. Like, I thought it just made it like have slightly more health and the computer would take longer to break through it.
A new
Okay,
spell has been
beautiful.
researched.
Thank you.
Your library is too small.
Can take my time trying to learn the mechanics again. That's the other thing with RTS games. I feel like every second, even when I'm actively doing something, I'm neglecting 10 things that I need to be doing and stressing out because I didn't like expand the library or whatever the hell. Yeah, good call.
Game saved.
Pathetic creature. I shall crush you in an instant.
This isn't quite
A new
done,
spell
right?
has been researched.
Do they have to fortify the entire tunnel leading up to it? For it to be safe? One of them don't seem to want to bother. Let me disable those for a second.
A new
Okay,
room
so
has
just
been
these,
researched.
because the computer can't actually get in here now with the rest of it being walled off. Let me see. A new room is being researched. Hooray! I would be dead if I hadn't done that.
Your library is too small. A new room has been researched.
Okay, so we know that there's bullshit over there that I don't want to mess with. So let me make new facilities over here, I guess. Probably just need to make that bigger. It's fine.
A new spell has been researched.
Yeah, they're going nuts, seems like.
A new room has been researched.
They're indifferent towards using the spell. Good to hear. Okay, so I need like several of each of these. Like I only get certain monsters from guard posts, for example.
A new spell
Or do
has
guard
been
posts never
researched.
count as a room in terms of drawing in new units? Barracks is what I was thinking of. Okay.
A new room has been researched.
I feel like guard posts shouldn't count as a room. They should just count as a converted tile, and the computer should still have to cap each one individually. Because it's basically just supposed to be like AI massaging, right? So you can tell the computer, hey, if you're standing here, don't fucking move, you dummy. Hold control while building rooms. What does that do? Still have to spam click, it seems. I can't like click and hold, right?
A new room has been researched.
Oh yeah, I get back on this train.
You do not have enough gold. A new spell has been researched.
Makes sense. I need to make a training room. I had one before I had to restart earlier and forgot that I hadn't rebuilt it.
A new room has been researched.
Yeah, it seems to run fine.
A new spell has been researched. Your library is too small.
Can't swing a cat. Dungeon keepers fighting the destiny of this region. Library is too small again. Damn. A lot of wizards in this level. Jeez.
My minions will leave your dungeon a crumbling ruin.
It is payday.
Getting money back
A new
here.
spell has been researched.
Does the temple directly draw units, or is that just... Is this like a temple that's this large, completely pointless? Now, a lot of them require you to have like dead units to convert, otherwise they don't do anything by themselves, right? Because I only had warlocks early on. They don't gain any combat experience while they're researching, right? If you could picture my like baseline stress level in an RTS game as like a bar that goes from 0 to 100, every second of gameplay it's been at like 90, 95, and as soon as you all pointed me to being able to just turtle here, it's like down to 0. It's so frustrating. Because it's mostly stress of the unknown, right? It's not knowing if the computer's gonna show up and waste a half an hour of work. Get trolls from claiming the neutral workshop in the bottom right. Mistress units from the torture chamber. Okay. So now that they're all done, I can just return a bunch of them. Yeah, I appreciate it. Anytime that's available on a map, just tell me, please.
My dungeon is the finest you shall ever see.
So if I do a torture chamber,
You have tunneled into a new area.
nobody walk where that is. Let it go. You guys are idiots. Computers have to like manually port all that stuff back for it to work though, right? I have to like find an entrance where there's not a reinforced wall to claim anything here, right? Or I need to like send the computer to try to beat down the door, I guess. You're not kidding about having pretty sharply limited resources here. Like, if I want skeletons or whatever, I have the added hassle of the computer needs to know to, like, pick up corpses and drag them back to the... Like, otherwise, normally they might just stay and keep fighting, but now I have to worry about them bringing the corpses back to the room to get the units out of it. Hounds by building a scavenger. Just a free level 10 troll walking around, basically. Oh, I didn't realize that. That's interesting. So you just have to like lock the doors so they can't leave, basically. Well, that boulder's been rolling for a minute. Please don't kill my new troll. Has to run out eventually, right?
You have taken control of a new room.
So I could have done that instead of throwing them into the portal, I guess. Keep working in the workshop. He's already level 10. Seems fine. Dropping them into a jail converts them immediately into a prisoner. Okay, I can try to do that. Hold on. What am I doing? It's interesting that you can click and drag with mining, but not with room placement. Total non-imp creatures, so I have to get them all. I have to get whatever the strongest possible creatures are and get them all to like max level before I bother to fight. Let's see. Who are of the ones I have access to, what's the most powerful creatures? Like, I guess if I get skeletons, those don't count against the unit cap, so I could keep converting them into skeletons to get a bigger army. Something. So they die in prison, and then there's a graveyard where their corpses get taken to revive. Is that how that works? This is the only time this has made sense to me, when I have the actual time to like plan it out and try to do it, which is interesting. Make it sound like the warlocks actually like attack from range in a way that's predictable and don't just like walk into melee and get nuked instantly.
A trap has been manufactured.
I believe that's true. My experience is that I just drop everything into a fight and then everybody dies. Okay, so you're saying if I drop a bunch of these guys in here, they're just going to starve eventually and they won't try to leave. Do I get the skeletons automatically from the prison if they die in prison? So how would I get vampires instead? Oh, they just pop up as skeletons without me having to do anything else? Okay. I feel like this should have been a really early level and be slightly smaller so that the choke points are more obvious, and like have like text telling you, hey, wall off the choke points, and then turtle for a bit and learn that. Like, I think that player freedom is the opposite of what you want to teach players what to do in this game. And like, I think part of the draw is the player, oh, I can do whatever I want. Like, no, let me only have like 2 units, right? Annihilate me if I don't do the thing you want me to do on the map, and do it immediately. So it's graveyard.
It is payday.
You just kill your own imps with a trap. It's funny. Later on, they don't. The torture chamber completely needs enemy units, though. Or enemy captured units, I guess, rather than killed units. So what's the safest way to make a blunder like that? Just make a really tiny room with a boulder trap in it and then drop all my imps in there? Can they proc it themselves, or do I have to like do something to manually proc it? Oh, you can slap it? Okay.
A prisoner has died and risen as a skeleton.
Love to hear that. That's a good thing. Thank you, Mr. Skeleton. So he's just an extra unit. Now I'm sure there is some kind of additional like soft cap, right? Or like a hard cap. Once you get so many skeletons. But that's like a global thing it does that it's separate from whatever the main restrictions are. All right, let's see. Somewhere that's not in the way, I guess.
One of your creatures is being scavenged.
How's that happening? Can they do that without being able to get close to me? Yeah, I have to kill more warlocks. I have all my mistresses training. I need my own scavenger room to counter that. It just directly counters it by having one, or does it let me, by counter it mean like I have to go manually take their guys?
A prisoner has died and risen as a skeleton.
All right, I should start leaving Future Marsted notes. Future Marsted, this map is mostly safe right now, so you can chill out, take your time, breathe. I know it's a Dungeon Keeper stream, but you'll be okay. Computer can't physically get to you because you've walled everything off. So the current project is to just turtle and make a giant army, but you're heavily restricted on the units you're allowed to have here. You can convert warlocks into skeletons by dropping them in the prison here. They die eventually. You're trying to, at some point, build a little trap room over here. You're going to put a boulder in this room, slap the boulder, and then drop a bunch of imps in there to kill them so that the corpses can be brought and turned into imp vampires, which seem like they're reasonably powerful. You need to get people training this level 10 troll. You don't need to have trained because it's already max level, so it's just researching stuff for you, building traps and the like. Having units in the scavenger room gives you scavenge weight, and whoever has the most weight has a chance to convert units to their size. You don't have to like manually go in and micro click on their units to convert them or anything like that. Yeah. And Future Mars, the most important thing right now that you're working on is you have to build the scavenger room because the computer can steal your shit and is stealing your shit. So you have to make a big room. So you have to like staff people in the room to do it. Like who all can be staffed in a scavenger room? Any non-imp creature. And this is at the expense of them training, I guess. So maybe I can drop my warlocks in there. Leave those for my future self. The ones that aren't in prison, at least. Oh, okay. I'll just leave them in here for now. And that should be all you need to know, Future Mars. So this should be a pretty chill session next time. Just take your time, make a really big army, dig through your wall, and you don't even need to kill the enemy keepers. You just need to find the heroes and kill them, which I think are through the north middle. You don't even need to bother going with the east and west. So good luck. We're all counting on you.
Game saved.
Thanks, Noobulator, for keeping this on. Thanks for your patience with me. Levels like this are great for my learning. Better than like the last level, where I'm just like whamming my head against the keyboard until I eventually win.
One of your creatures is being scavenged.